Hi everyone, this is Sergio Zevallos and this is my vegetable version of Indonesian Fried Rice or Nasi Goreng. For my version of Nasi Goreng, I have chosen three types of vegetables, a half a cup of each respectively. So you have a half a cup of sliced zucchini, half a cup of sliced carrots, and half a cup of shredded cabbage. I've also chosen some black lentils that I had available in my fridge. They are blanched, so they're pre-cooked, about a half a cup as well. Rice, the main staple of course. We are using 3 cups of cooked rice, and preferably rice that is left over from a previous meal in your fridge. So if it's an overnight rice that has been completely chilled, that's the best way to go. 1 medium onion, small dice. We have a variety of seasoning ingredients here for this dish. A tablespoon of chopped garlic, tablespoon of chili paste. You can also use equivalent in fresh chilies. This is completely optional, but if you have it available, by all means use it. A tablespoon of fermented fish sauce. Widely used in Southeast Asia, I like to add some. And the key ingredient that's going to impart a lot of the coloring as well is a type of sweet soy sauce called ketchup manis, widely used in Southeast Asia as well. If you don't have it, no worries, you can totally substitute by making your own. You need a 1/4 cup of Japanese soy sauce, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, about a thumb-sized piece of ginger, roughly a heaping teaspoon, and you also need about a teaspoon of ground coriander. So that's where we're going to start today. Pour the soy sauce on your pan, followed by your brown sugar, coriander, and your ginger. I'm gonna give that a good mix and allow it to reduce by half to a syrupy texture. Just allow that brown sugar to dissolve, breaking any big lumps. It's gonna get syrupy in texture, very similar to a balsamic reduction. It's gonna add a lot of flavor and a lot of coloring to your dish. So make sure you take the time to do it right and just let it reduce. So use a spatula as well to scrape the sides and manage your heat as well. If you need to reduce your heat slightly just to prevent it from burning on the sides, by all means do so. Yeah, just scrape with your spatula on the sides. Okay, and it's getting to the texture, the consistency that I'm looking for. Nice and syrupy, so turn it off. And just set it aside in a container until use. So we're gonna go ahead and get a large pan like this one hot. Of course, like in many parts in Southeast Asia, a wok is a weapon of choice, but you're completely fine just getting a large saute pan. A non-stick works just very well. Heat it up for a couple of seconds, and then add about a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and we're going to proceed to cook our garlic and chili paste or chilies. Manage your heat. You don't want to get the garlic burnt, so once your pan is nice and hot, you can just reduce your heat to medium, and proceed with your garlic and your chili paste. I'm gonna get that cooking for about a minute or so, and then we're gonna proceed and add our onions. Cook our onions until slightly translucent and soft. Just mix them in there with all your garlic and chili paste. Roughly a minute or so. Once the onions are already slightly soft and translucent, we're going to proceed and add our vegetables. And of course, we're going to go in order of cooking length, starting in my case with the carrots that require a bit longer to cook, and of course the cabbage as well. Give me a good mix. And we're just gonna allow for another minute before adding the zucchini. My zucchini goes next, along with my lentils. We'll give it another mix and allow for another minute or so. Okay, so now we've given the zucchini a bit of time to cook. We still want some crunch in it, so we're not cooking it all the way through. And we proceed with your rice. Just dump it in there. Break it down slightly. Gonna give it a good mix, but first just break it down and then proceed with your fish sauce. And add it around, as well as about 2 tablespoons of your ketchup mayonnaise or your sweet soy sauce reduction. Save some to adjust and give this a good mix. High heat. Very aromatic. We also want the rice. The key to this dish is to get the rice caramelizing, nice and toasty. That's why you need such a long or such a large surface to spread the rice against the walls of the pan and allow it to caramelize. That's why the wok is so good in this, but again, a pan with a nice height and quite a lot of surface does the trick just as well. Make sure that the rice is thoroughly combined. And then just push it against the walls of your pan and let it toast. Hear that crackle. You can see here that rice crackling. We're gonna give it a quick stir fry. And once again, spread it. Get that shiny texture. It's still loose. You see, it's not lumpy or overcooked. And again, very dry as well. This is not something wet. It's not swimming in sauce. Everything has been absorbed by the vegetables and the rice. So once again, just a little spread to allow them to caramelize a bit more, and then we'll be ready to serve. Garnishes get very creative with this dish. Caramelized shallots, fried egg, some fresh vegetables, sliced cucumbers or diced tomatoes. Again, I'm keeping it very simple here. We're gonna do some crispy garlic that I had. Great for texture. If you have any toasted peanuts or any toasted cashews, they go very well here. I have some beautiful green onions from my garden, so I'm gonna incorporate that. And then you can serve this on its own as a side dish as well. It's quite a delicious alternative and a great way to reuse some of your leftover rice from a previous night. Nasi Goreng is a versatile dish. You can try different versions of it with a variety of proteins. So you can use shrimp, you can use chicken, you can use pork, or if you want some added smokiness, you can also use thick cut bacon or ham for a different flavor profile. Make it your own, give it a try, and thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.